Listen well and hold your breath for 15 seconds because this is how it started. A billion naira engagement ring fell into the lagoon from Third Mainland Bridge at midnight. A trendy video showed a crying billionaire kneeling on cold concrete, and beside him a quiet girl in a thrift dress refused to touch a black duffel bag stuffed with cash that a stranger pushed into her hands and ran away. The girl said, "I won't take what is not mine." The billionaire said, "Then why are my bank alerts showing your name?" Now your heart is racing, right? Good. Follow me, my friend, and let me tell you the story called Digger Trap Billionaire. And if you are just joining us, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a story like this one. I am your storyteller. I walk Lagos like the wind that knows every street. I know the smell of suya by Obalende, the shout of conductors at Oshodi, the perfume of rich people's parties in Ikoyi, and the sweat of honest people trying to breathe in traffic. I don't talk too much, but when I speak, truth follows my words like a shadow. In this city, money is loud, but secrets are louder. Our billionaire was Tayo Adegbite, a young man with bright eyes and a heart that didn't trust love anymore. He built a fintech company called Palmgate that made payments easy for market women and big hotels at the same time. People called him a genius, magazines called him eligible, and the security team called him Ogati. He lived in a glass house in Banana Island where the sea touched the sky and boats made little white lines on the water like signatures of angels. But Tayo carried a wound. 2 years before, a famous influencer fooled him with sweet love, fake pregnancy, and a hidden camera show. She didn't want him, she wanted his name. After that, Tayo built a gold digger trap. He said any woman who comes close must pass his test before he gives his heart. Some people test microphones. Tayo tested souls. It was risky. It was pride. It was pain trying to wear wisdom like Agbada. One hot afternoon, when the sun was frying roof sheets and danfos were barking like small dogs, Tayo left his convoy and wore a simple shirt, cap pulled low, old sneakers, and climbed into a ride-hailing car. He sat in front like a normal person. He told the driver to head to Yaba, to the street near the tech hubs and the Akara woman who sells by the Blue Gate. He wanted to breathe where life is simple. He wanted to see people who count coins carefully and say please with small smiles. That was where he saw Amaka. She was carrying a box of textbooks, 2 bags of pure water for her neighbors, and a small plastic bowl of jollof for her younger brother. She walked fast like a person who had no time to waste. Her sandals were tired but clean. Her eyes were honest and sharp. She works as a data entry officer in a tiny office where the fan complained every hour. She supported her mother in Enugu and paid her brother's school fees. She had dreams like tall buildings, but money like short stools. She didn't beg life, she greeted it. Tayo asked for directions like a lost man. Abeg, where is the community library? Amaka looked at him. When last did you read a book? She asked with small teasing. Tayo laughed, surprised. Today, he answered. Then your head is better than many heads, she said, pointing him to the right street. He offered her a ride to save her legs and her jollof from the sun. She looked at the car, looked at his face, and said, no wahala, but drop me by the roundabout. I don't want story. They drove and they talked like old friends in a new world. They spoke about Lagos wahala, about small kindness that changes a day, about how money can buy a bed but not sleep, a ring but not love. Tayo kept his name quiet. He said he worked in payments. Amaka said she worked with numbers. The driver kept quiet too, but his mirror watched everything. My friend, remember this driver. Later you will know why. Tayo planned his usual test, the gold digger trap. He dropped his wallet by mistake by the roundabout. Inside the wallet was an ID with a fake name, cash, and a folded paper with a code that could move serious money if you knew what it meant. He told himself, if she takes it and disappears, I will thank God I found out early. He drove off. Amaka saw the wallet by her foot. She picked it. She ran after the car, shouting, Oga, Oga! But Lagos traffic swallowed her voice. She opened the wallet to know the name to call and saw the code. She didn't understand it, but she felt it was big. Something in her chest said, return it fast. She took a danfo to the library, asked the security man to watch her food, and wrote a note with her number. I found your wallet. Please call me. She bought airtime, called the number on the fake ID, and the phone rang in Tayo's pocket. He smiled. The test was working. He told his driver to circle back. When he met her, she gave him the wallet with two hands and eye steady. Count your money, make sure nothing is missing, she said. Tayo counted slowly, watching her face. Everything is here. He waited for her to ask for a reward. Amaka only nodded. Good. Next time, keep your things well. Lagos is not a joke. She turned to go. Tayo said, at least let me buy you water. She laughed. You think I can't buy my own water? Keep your money, just be careful. Then she took her bowl of jollof and walked away like a queen in slippers. My friend, you see some people and your heart stands at attention. That evening, Tayo stood by his glass wall and watched the water. He kept hearing her voice. He could buy yachts, but he couldn't buy that kind of calm. He called her to say thank you again. Conversation flowed like palm wine poured by a careful hand. Days turned to more calls. Calls turned to walks at Freedom Park. Walks turned to prayers in their hearts. They didn't touch nonsense. They respected each other. They talked about mothers. They talked about dreams. They ate suya and wiped pepper tears with laughter. But in this life, when love is building a clean house, gossip will try to splash dirty water on the walls. Enter Tracy. She was the influencer who once turned Tayo's name into a toy. She enjoyed trending, even if it meant twisting truth like Puff Puff dough. She had a friend called Bella, sharp like a needle, and a cousin called Shegun who knew how to doctor videos until lies looked like news. Their plan was simple. Make Tayo look foolish again, grab some quick cash from brands, and sell a story to a hungry blood called City Pepper. They followed Tayo, filmed him with Amaka, and told themselves, another gold digger is about to fall into our net. But they didn't know the net was not theirs this time. They were walking into a storm built by pride and protected by grace. One Friday, Tayo invited Amaka to an art gallery in Victoria Island. Music hummed like bees. Paintings glowed like secrets. On the way out, a stranger in a cap bumped into Amaka and pressed a black duffel bag into her hands. Hold this for me, my sister, he said and ran. Amaka shouted, come back! He disappeared behind pillars like smoke. Security arrived. People gathered. Inside the bag was money, plenty. Tayo's mind screamed trap. His eyes went hard, but Amaka pushed the bag away. I don't want it, she said. Please, CCTV, check the man in the cap. That night, City Pepper posted a video. Billionaire's new girl caught with cash. They froze Amaka's face and looped the clip of the bag in her hands. Comments scattered like hail. Another gold digger. Women. Now Lagos babes. Some defended her. Many did not. The next morning, Tayo's board called. Investors were nervous. EFCC sniffed around. The code in that old wallet had been used at midnight to move money into a charity account with Amaka's name. Charity? Yes, but why her name? Tayo didn't know. Amaka didn't know. The city pretended to know. The world was loud. Only truth kept quiet for a moment, like a woman taking a deep breath before speaking. Amaka stood firm. I did not touch your money, she told Tayo. And if my name is there, something is wrong somewhere. Her eyes were red, but not weak. Tayo looked at her and wanted to believe. But fear from old wounds was shouting in his ears. He stepped back from her. Give me time, he said. He went cold. She went home. That was when I, your storyteller, moved closer. You don't know me yet, but I was always there, at the roundabout, by the blue gate, at the gallery corner, by the bridge rail at midnight when waves stuck to concrete. I don't carry uniform, but I carry ears. I don't carry big title, but I carry keys. Let the river keep running. You will soon see my face in the water. One afternoon, Amaka's younger brother, Chibuike, came home with a flyer. It was an ad for a scholarship from a foundation called Ada is a Hope Trust. It used the same charity account name that caused all the noise. Amaka blinked. Where did you get this? From the community center, he said. He said, the coordinator is a kind old man with soft voice. Amaka went to the center. The old man wasn't there. A posted schedule showed that the foundation had funded school fees for 10 children in their street last term. The receipts carried her name, but she didn't sign them. Fear tried to climb her throat, but she swallowed it and took clear photos. She went to the bank with a calm face and asked for information. They said a lawyer opened the account in her name as a gift. They showed a letter, clean grammar, fake signature. The lawyer's office address pointed to a space above a hair salon in Surulere. The office was empty except one calendar and one lonely chair. A neighbor said the people packed out last week. You see how lies walk fast? But truth has stronger legs. Meanwhile, Tracy and Bella were planning season 2. They booked a private suite at a popular hotel in VI. They invited Tayo's best friend and CFO, Kunle. He was a calm man who smiled with one side of his mouth. People said, if Tayo is brain, Kunle is backbone. But backbone can bend if greed puts fire. Tracy told Kunle, we can protect your oga's image if you help us with content. Otherwise, we can ruin him. Kunle sipped juice and smiled small. You want a show? I want a seat. Help me push Tayo off the chair and I will pay you better than likes. Bella blinked. You want to remove your friend? Kunle said. Business is not friendship. Business is numbers. Tracy whistled. Deal. They didn't know I was in that hotel. The living room service with a cap low over my eyebrows and a tray steady like truth. I walked past their open door and the air carried their words to me. My ears collected them and kept them safe like data in a vault. That night, I sent a message to a number that doesn't sleep. The message said, Phase 1 is done. Phase 2, prepare. On the other side of Lagos, Amaka sat with her mother on video call. Mama spoke wisdom from Enugu with a wrapper tied high and a voice that could cook soup. My daughter, when the wind is angry, tie your hair well. Don't chase rumors, chase evidence. If this love is from God, it will not fear light. Amaka wiped her eyes and smiled. Yes, Mama. She started a diary of facts. What time did the duffel bag appear? What angle was the camera? Who printed the flyers? Which children received money? She interviewed mothers quietly and wrote their names. She visited the school and saw her name again. God, why? She whispered, but her steps did not shake. She made copies. She spoke to a friendly banker who whispered, there's a signature we always see on these transfers, KO. KO, Kunle Oladimeji, the CFO, the backbone that wanted to become the head. Tayo didn't see it because friendship can cover the eyes like a cab pulled too low. Now listen. The night of the ring and the bridge was the boiling point. Tayo planned to propose to Amaka after he finished his private investigation. He was torn but still drawn to her. He sent her a message. Meet me by the bridge at 11 p.m. I will show you everything. She replied, I will come, but not to beg. I will come to tell you what I found. The moon hung like a slice of silver bread. The water below whispered. The city lights blinked like people got deciding whether to sleep or gossip. Tayo knelt. Tears gathered. I am sorry, he said. I let old pain confuse my eyes. I know you now. I want to start again. He opened the ring box, a stone that looked like it stole light from the sun. At that moment, a motorbike flashed by. A hand hit his elbow and the ring flew like a little star and fell into the lagoon with a soft sound that still felt loud. People screamed. Phones came out. City Pepper would not miss such a thing. They filmed the billionaire kneeling, crying, and Amaka standing with empty hands. Let it go, Amaka said, voice steady. If we are meant to shine, we don't need that ring from the water. We need truth. The video went viral. Comments poured like rain in July. Some mocked, some prayed. But you see, I was there before the motorbike came. I saw the rider's eyes. I know that ride. It belonged to a career company Colin used for secret deliveries. I already placed a tracker on that bike last week. Eh? Now your ears are rising. Who am I? You ask. My friend, patience. We are almost there. The next day, Tayo called an emergency board meeting. He said, I will resign if any proof shows Amaka touched my money. If not, those who used my code will answer. Kunle sat still, cool like fridge. He believed his tracks were covered. He looked at the camera hidden in the boardroom light and smiled inside. He planned to push Tayo out by showing reckless behavior with love. Investors don't like messy love stories. But as he lifted his tablet, the screen on the wall lit up, and not with his slides, it lit up with voice notes, real voices, their own voices. First was Tracy's voice. We pushed the bag, filmed the girl, trend by morning. Then Bella's. Kunle said KO, signature must appear. Then Kunle's soft snake voice. Business is numbers. Gaps cracked the hair. Eyes bulged. Tracy tried to delete her post, but the internet has strong memory. How did those recordings appear? Who collected them? Who had the keys? The door opened. Security guards entered with the EFCC team. They had documents, receipts, and a court order with bold letters. And behind them, walking like a person whose shoes were already paid for by destiny, came the friendly banker, two mothers of the scholarship children, and the manager of the courier company. They pointed fingers, not with hate, but with steady truth. Here is the rider, the manager said, paid by a company registered by Mr. Kunle. Yeah, transfers with KO, the banker said. Here are the flyers, one mother said. They were printed at a shop in Surulere next to the old office. Kunle's one-sided smile died. He looked at Tayo and tried to talk. But sometimes words are like boxes. When you miss the first one, the others don't stop for you. He said, Tayo, I did it for the company. Investors were scared of your heart. I needed to protect Palm Gate. Tayo stood tall. You tried to protect power, not people. He looked at Amaka with eyes that were sorry and proud at the same time. He turned to the board. I won't resign, but I will change the floor we stand on. He reached for a brown envelope from an old briefcase that looked strange in that glass room full of new things. He didn't bring that envelope. I did. Inside were papers older than his company. They were signed by a woman with strong handwriting and a royal name. She was Tayo's grandmother, the one who sold fabrics in Ibadan long before tech was a word in our streets. She had created something called the Banana Trust. It owned the land under Tayo's house and acquired 51% of Palm Gate through other small names. The trust had rules. The company must always give free tools to small businesses, must support education, and the CEO must pass a character test measured not by money but by mercy. If any CEO failed the test by using people like toys, the trust would shift power to someone who acts with clean hands even when it hurts. Who wrote those rules? My friend. Lean closer. It was me. You are shocked? Good. Now you will hear my name. I am called Pa Shola by some, Uncle Shola by others, but on paper I am Adebola Adebite, first son of grandmother's first son, hidden in the shade when the family tree became noisy. I am a storyteller by talent and a trustee by duty. I worked as a driver, a caterer, a cleaner, a friendly banker, and a quiet neighbor when truth needed eyes. I designed the gold digger trap years ago, not for women, but for hearts, especially the hearts of men with money. Why? Because when money grows wings, hearts can forget their feet. I taught Tayo the trap, and he twisted it toward women after he was hurt. I watched. I waited. When Amaka came, I saw a steady soul again. So I made the old wallet appear that day, not to shame her, but to show Tayo himself in a mirror. I followed the influencer plan and recorded them, not for clout, but for court. I set the bridge meeting and placed the tracker on the bike, not for drama, but for proof. I am the driver whose mirror watched. I am the old man at the community center with a soft voice. I am the one who carried keys. But listen well, I did not move money in Amaka's name. That was Kunle's greed. He thought he was playing chess while I was counting seats. When Truth walked into the boardroom, the trust rules woke up like a lion from sleep. The papers said, shift power to the one who chose honesty when lies were easy. The room became quiet. Investors looked at each other. Tayo looked at me with tears he did not hide. Baba, he said, because that is what he calls me in private. What must I do? I said, own your mistakes publicly. Repair what broke. Share what you hold. Choose mercy. He nodded. He turned to Amaka in front of the cameras and said, I'm sorry. Not a small sorry, a full one. I judged you before listening. I let fear stay. I will spend the rest of my life making things right, even if you never take my hand. Amaka's eyes softened like evening light. She said, words are easy, actions are proof. But I see your heart fighting for light now. And now, my friend, you think you know the ending? You think the wedding bells will ring? The influencer will apologize? The EFCC will pack flies? And Lagos will return to traffic and Pepsi adverts? But you asked me for a shocking ending. something that will make your eyes wide for days. So let me deliver it like hot akara in the morning. Remember the lagoon ring? Divers went down 2 days later with a small boat and steady ropes. They didn't find the ring. They found a box wrapped in plastic, heavy like a stubborn truth. The serial number matched a safe deposit box rented by Tayo's late father. Inside the plastic box were two things: a letter and a USB drive. The letter was handwritten by Tayo's father years ago. The ink faded, but the words strong. It said, "My son, if you are reading this, someone has forced the water to talk. Good. You need the water now. Your mother and I had a baby before you. A daughter we gave up in secret when we were young and foolish. We feared our families and we hid a whole person just to protect our names. If life is justice, she will find you. Our name is Amaka." Thunder in bright daylight. My friend, our hearts stopped. Tayo's hand shook. Amaka dropped her phone and caught it again. The room forgot how to breathe. The USB held DNA records. The truth was simple and heavy. Before Tayo's parents married proper, as very young lovers, they had a child and were pushed to hide her. That child grew up far, changed guardians twice, and her records were sealed. She became the girl who gives her jollof to neighbors and returns wallets without asking for bottled water. She became the woman we now call Amaka. The trust rules had predicted something like this: blood lost and found, love tested by truth. The paper said, if the hair's part crosses a hidden sibling who lives by mercy, the truth must move half the wealth to the sibling for repair of past wrongs. Wealth for school fees, wealth for small businesses, wealth for healing, not a jackpot, a justice. The city shouted. Blog screamed, but omo, the heart is not a blog, it is a drum that feels each hit. Tayo looked at Amaka with tears like rain after harmattan. Sister, he said in a voice that broke like a clay pot and healed again. And dear my friend, the ring in the lagoon became a prophet. It fell to say, change the story. This is not a lover's wedding. This is a family's mending. You expected romance? Romance did not die, it changed clothes. Love still stood in the room, but it moved its seat. Who then held Tayo's heart? You will be surprised again. In the weeks after truth stood on the table, Amaka took her rightful place as co-owner of Palmgate through the trust. She refused the loud lifestyle. She entered the market with new tools for women who sell peppers. She expanded the scholarship not with her name, but with a quiet logo shaped like a hand holding a small light. She forgave Tayo. She hugged him like a sister, which is what she was. The city calmed. Tracy posted a long apology because brands closed their doors. Bella started a small honest business and discovered it felt better than trending. Kunle faced the law and found out that orange uniforms are not a fashion statement. And Tayo, he did the work. He built clearer rules. He left the trap game and picked up listening. He apologized and kept apologizing until it became a culture at Palmgate. When you are wrong, you say it with your chest and you fix it with your hands. One evening, at a small community event at Yaba, a woman walked on stage to share how the scholarship saved her twins. She carried a tray of puff puff she made herself. She laughed with eyes that looked like somebody we know. Her name was Zainab. She had once helped Tayo chase a stray dog away from the market gate while Amaka laughed. She and Tayo had met again many times while fixing community POS evening, no violin, just small respect growing like a plant that doesn't make noise. Months later, Tayo asked for permission from Amaka, his sister, to pursue Zainab's heart. Amaka smiled big. Go with sense, she said. This time there was no trap. There was only truth. He proposed with a simple ring in a simple garden behind a primary school. Children shouted, "Oh," like a chorus of little angels who also wanted puff puff. They married small, gave big to the neighborhood, and danced to old songs that still know how to move new legs. And me? I sat in the back, clapped softly, and watched the circle close. Money humbled, love corrected, family found. After the wedding, I took off my driver's cap and my caretaker jacket and walked to the sea. Lagos water hummed. I threw a small brass key into the waves. The key to the recorder that caught voices in the hotel and boardroom. My work was done. But Lagos is Lagos. Tomorrow another story will begin because this city is a drum that never stops. Before I go, let me leave the last lesson in your palm like kola nut. If you build a trap for people, make sure you are not standing where it will snap. If you hold a ring, don't kneel on a bridge without holding your heart. If you carry wealth, carry mercy too, because money without mercy is loud emptiness. And when the internet is shouting, remember that truth is a quiet walker that does not get tired. You asked me for scandal, for romance, for tears, for a twist that will make people talk. You got it. A billionaire knelt, a ring sank, a girl was called a gold digger and became a queen by justice, and a friend turned snake and saw the inside of a courtroom. A sibling was found where a lover was expected, and love still found its rightful seat without breaking God's law. My name is Adebola Fashola Adegbite, storyteller, trustee, Lagos worker. I was the driver in the front seat, the recorder in the light, the old man at the center, the shadow in the glass room. And if you ever drop a wallet in this city, pray it is an honest hand that finds it, because Lagos tests everybody. But grace is still stronger than traps. Now breathe. The story has ended, but your chest is still full. Keep it. Tell someone. And when you cross Third Mainland Bridge at night and the water laps softly, remember the ring, the letter, and the truth that rose from the lagoon like morning. That is how Gold Digger Trap Billionaire became a tale that Lagos will not forget. The end. Please kindly leave a comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.